On Wednesday, Murray Foote was appointed the new chief executive of the SNP. Previously, he'd been forced to resign from his position as head of party communications when he labelled claims party membership had fallen by 30,000 drivel, claims that turned out to be true. This video looks at why the SNP is scraping the barrel. Peter Murrell was chief executive of the SNP all the way from 1999 to March 2023, when he was also forced to resign. This time, the cause was his wife Nicola Sturgeon resigning as SNP leader the month before, making his own position untenable. Her own demise was caused by the idiotic Gender Recognition Act and the failure of her independent strategy, which was blocked by the Supreme Court. Her resignation left only one other long-standing titan of the SNP, her husband, who was damaged by association. The trigger for his resignation was that he had given false information on membership figures to Murray Foote, who had then given it to the media. Both men were brought down by this, though it is ironic Foote, in the end, got Murrell's job. Interestingly, Foote was the editor of the Daily Record, which in 2014 broke the news on The Vow of David Cameron, Nick Clegg and Ed Miliband, promising extensive new powers to Scotland if they voted to stay in the Union. The Scottish Government, however, it has to be said, has made very poor use of said new powers, such that it would probably be best to hand them back to the UK Parliament. With the three major figures of Scottish independence, Alex Salmond, Nicola Sturgeon and Peter Murrell, cast into irrelevance, the question arose, who will take their place? To date, it has largely been a series of non-entities. A YouGov poll earlier this year, titled The Most Famous Politicians and Political Figures, didn't even feature poor Humza in the top 286, and neither did his 9 cabinet members make it, including Shona Robinson, the Deputy First Minister, and Michael Matheson, the Health Minister. Murray Foote is merely the latest bland addition to the uninspiring SNP top leadership. One thing that is clear here is that no party is immune to the effects of an overly lengthy incumbency. The Conservatives have been in power for 13 years, and their tiredness is evident, and the same is true of the Scottish National Party, who have been in power for even longer, 16 years. The law of entropy states organisations start to drift as time goes on, becoming more and more chaotic until either reform is made or the organisation receives a sharp shock. So ultimately, this is bigger than the SNP. It is my belief that both the SNP and the Conservatives need a shock at the next elections in 2024 for Westminster and 2026 for Holyrood. Only this can shake these two tottering parties out of their lethargy and start to deliver for Britain. Please subscribe and like if you appreciated my musings, and have a good one.